Greetings Planet YouTube, Kilson here and welcome to episode 13 of ArcCraft. Here we are flying over Cape Kilson, my main base of operations. And after our crazy adventure in the Nether during episode 12, today's going to seem a little bit more tame. However, we've got a bunch of excellent new facilities to check out. And as promised, we're going to tour the completed gold farm, plus show off some really interesting mining operations that Snurb, Scooch and I have set up in the overworld and in the Nether. But before we jump into that stuff, however, I want to share a few quality of life changes to my base and to my inventory system. So first we're going to pop into the base, and I want to use an entrance that I really love using, which is in the ocean here. And if we go right into this hole, we can slide right through that door, and then we're into the basement, which is, I think, a really cool addition, and I'm really happy with that. But yeah, first I want to show off my ender chest. So you can see I've got some things organized in my ender chest. These are all just boxes full of tools and things that I might need in any given situation. But then these next 5 boxes are all kind of items that I use quite a lot, and I want to have just a lot on me at all times. So first we got torches. I got an entire shulker box full of torches, cooked fish, so we always have some food with us, firework rockets so we can fly as much as we need to, spectral arrows. I decided to actually switch from an infinity bow to a mending bow, as you can see right here. So now I'm using mending. We've got a whole box of spectral arrows in my ender chest so I can get them at any time, which is great. And then lastly, we've got, I'm really proud of this, I filled up an entire shulker box full of totems of undying. So anytime we need an extra totem, we've always got one waiting for us, which is really cool. Okay, and then up on the main floor, I did some additions in here to spruce this place up a bit. So I extended the checkered floor out a little bit closer to the doorway. I also added a dining room table and some chairs so we can sit down, have a nice breakfast if we want to. We got the kitchen looking a bit better. Before, the wall was kind of bare and just like not looking very good, so I added some dark oak trapdoors just for a little bit of texture. I got a refrigerator here, got some food in the fridge, and also up in the freezer we've got a bunch of frozen fish. We've got our smoker, a bunch of fuel so we can cook up some dinner whenever we need to. We've got the sinks looking good, and then also we've got a freshly baked cake up on the counter here. So yeah, pretty happy with the additions of the main floor in my base because it was looking pretty barren and kind of not too great before. I did a whole bunch of work mob-proofing my island. So the pier and the dock was pretty much mob-proof before, spawn-proof. But this island part here was covered in torches and it was looking kind of ugly. So just every once in a while interspersed, there's some lighting hidden under the carpets, and that just adds all the lights that I need for this place to be spawn proof without the ugly look of torches dotting the island everywhere. And then on the beach area, I added shroom lights, and those kind of look like beach rocks or something like that. It's not totally perfect, but I think it's an improvement from all the torches that we had before. It just looks a little bit cleaner as you're flying in. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. And then up on the roof, similarly, I removed all the torches that were up here and I placed trapdoors, spruce trapdoors, on any platform where mobs could spawn. So yeah, the whole island is now spawn proof, which I'm really happy about. My whole base is spawn proof. And a couple other changes I made. This used to all just be mossy cobblestone, and it looked kind of repetitive and redundant. So what I did was I interspersed some mossy stone bricks just to give it a bit of variety, shake things up a bit. And similarly, on my bridge going in and out of Arktown, I wanted to break up the monotony of just the oak slabs, and I placed in some extinguished campfires here just to dot it up a little bit. So it gives us this really cool decayed effect. And yeah, I just think that adds a lot more life and a lot more texture to the bridge and all the other changes that I made. I'm really enjoying Cape Kilson. I think it's pretty much complete. There's not too much else I have to do here. However, there is one more thing I want to do in the episode right now, and that is add some more beacon infrastructure. So I do have one beacon over there, which is giving me speed right now, a speed boost, but I actually want to have every single beacon power up available. So what we're going to do is we're going to place 6 beacons. We've got some wither skulls over here, so let's grab these. We only need 18 because we're making 6 beacons, so let's grab some soul sand. This stack here should be more than enough, so we'll grab that. Alright, and here we are at the central end island where we have our wither trap underneath the bedrock portal. And you can see Scooch made some really cool wither banners, so that's pretty sweet. So we're going to head down here. We're going to use our smite sword for this, and we're just going to spawn some withers up, and we'll tear through these guys. So we got 6 in total. Let's do the first one now. Bam, bam, bam. And we back up. Just let this explode. Wait for it. Wait for it. There she goes. Okay, then we just come here and slaughter this dude. There it is. So we got our first wither star of 6, or I guess, are they called nether stars? Yeah, nether stars. So we need 6 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of them, and I'll be right back. Alright, so we just killed our last wither there, so we should have 6 nether stars, perfect. And I also got a few different wither heads in the process, so that's pretty awesome as well. Okay, so perfect, we can head back to the overworld, we got what we need here. Alright, sweet, so we got all the nether stars that we need, however we still need 18 pieces of obsidian, so I've got enough for that, perfect. And I'm going to need 30 pieces of glass as well. Up here we go. And yeah, basically that's going to be all the materials that we need to craft up 6 beacons. So if we just place the nether stars in the middle, the obsidian along the bottom, we take the rest of our glass up along the tops, and perfect, there we go, 6 beacons, bam! Alright, so here I am at the side of Kilson Cape, my home base, with 6 beacons in hand, and I've decided I'm going to place them along the ocean here. So we're going to have like a wall of laser lights popping up from the ocean into the sky, all the beacon lights, and I'm going to put different colored glass, so each of the 6 beacons will have a different color. I think that'll be a really cool effect, and the entire radius should span my whole island, so all of that area over there, the pier on the other side of my house, all the levels of my house, the mines underneath. And I'm also going to connect it down to the prismarine tunnels that I'm building underneath my base. So we're going to have an access point to the beacons from the prismarine tunnels. This little trench down here, I'm thinking this is where the 6 beacons are going to go. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 beacons all in a row, all powered up to give me the different power-ups. Pop out here. This brings us down to our prismarine tunnel. And this obviously that's the elevator that goes back up to my base. So we're just going to have a nice little hallway here that'll have access to all of those 6 beacons, and if we ever want to change them up for whatever reason, we can come down here and access them. So yeah, I'm going to get started on this, put some music on, and we'll just do a little time-lapse scene of myself digging out this area and getting all these beacons set up. So enjoy, guys. Here we go. Alright, and we got all of our beacons set up with the different colored glass for each one. We got our jump boost on here, loving that. And we also have all the other power-ups as well. So we have speed for running, we've got haste mining, we've got strength up, defense up, and we've got the regen boost. Not to mention all the conduits set up in the ocean around my base as well for the conduit power. I'm pretty freaking stoked about this. This is my first fully powered multi-beacon, and I really love the rainbow lights coming out into the sky. Here it is, guys, the completed beacon control room underneath my base. Very proud of this. So here we are in our barren and desolate rooftop nether hub. And yeah, there's not much up here right now, but we are going to be starting a big project pretty soon. We're going to build a really nice nether hub, probably like a blackstone fortress or castle or something like that. And it's all going to be up here. It's all going to be spawn proof, and we'll just have a really nice structure where we can get around from portal to portal easily. So that's coming. Maybe we'll even get started on that in the next episode. But for now, I want to head down this way because this is where the gold farm is. So we have 2 ways to get there. Well, 3 if you can consider flying one of the ways as well. So we could fly over there. We could, with the Soul Speed 3 enchantment, we could run along this soul soil. Or we could just run with regular boots along the ice, the blue ice. Or you could take a boat along the ice. So let's take a boat. And we can just zip over to the gold farm nice and easily through this tunnel. Here we are. So I'll hop out of that. So yeah, here's the gold farm. And as you can see, at the end of the last episode, all of the redstone and all of the hoppers and everything were exposed. Since then, we've done quite a bit of work to encase some of this. And functionally, it's all working beautifully. So we're going to start the tour of the gold farm. I'm going to go all the way up to the top. And we're going to work our way from the top down. And you'll see why. Everything kind of starts at the top and filters all the way down to the bottom. See if we can fly up. There's an AFK chamber, so we're going to pass these spawning platforms where the zombie piglins spawn. Okay, so let's see if I can come in for a landing at the AFK chamber. Nice. I've been AFKing quite a bit already at the gold farm, but what I want to do is see if I can fill up the entire storage with gold. So I need to AFK a little bit longer. We're going to do our F3 plus T trick. I'll just AFK here for a bit and I'll be back. Alright, so we've spent quite a lot of time AFKing up here in the AFK chamber, and the reason that the chamber is so high up is because if we're too low, we'll actually have a chance to spawn enemies underneath the ceiling, and that's not good for the spawn rates of this farm. And for this farm to operate, we need all these zombie pigmen spawning on the magma blocks below, because then they fall down to their death, and that produces the gold for the farm. So it's really important that we're up high where no enemies below the ceiling will spawn. In between the magma platforms, there's actually turtle eggs, and the zombie pigmen are drawn to those turtle eggs, and they think they can walk there because these trapdoors trick the zombie pigmen into thinking they can walk over. They try to walk over and then they fall down to their death, and all of their drops, so their zombie flesh and their gold, they're collected in hoppers. First, I want to do a little flyby and see if we can get a good view of all of these zombie pigmen falling to their death. Nice, there we go. Just zombie pigmen raining down. It's a beautiful sight. I love it. These red carpet sections here are just huge pads of hoppers, and this is where all the zombie pigmen will land. All of their stuff is going to go into these hopper systems. And then from there, you can see all 3 pads have hoppers that run down, and they run into a chain of hoppers. So all these hoppers are hooked up into sorting systems, and all of these sorting systems are sorting gold. So you can see we've got just an incredible amount of gold. So yeah, if we go inside here, this is our main storage area, and every single one of these chests is filled with gold nuggets right now. A ridiculous amount of gold nuggets everywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to craft up all of this gold into gold blocks. We're going to see how many gold blocks we got from filling up the entire storage system with gold nuggets. So the first thing I want to do is empty my entire inventory. So I always have a spare chest at my farms just to empty my inventory. Grab these shulkers. I've got a bunch of empty shulkers. Let's place them just up on the wall here because we're going to prepare to fill these up with gold as we're working. So there we go. We got all of our shulkers accessible, ready to go. So now the process is pretty simple. We just grab as many gold nuggets as we can at a time. So we can just grab 4 entire rows full of gold nuggets. We go over here to our crafting table, and then we just craft these into ingots. So you can get a perfect 4 stacks of ingots every time, which is pretty sweet. Next, I can create an entire stack of gold blocks. So there we go. There's our stack of gold blocks, and we're going to start our gold block collection up in that shulker. So I'm going to go through all of these chests. This is going to take quite a bit of time, so I'm not going to show this on camera, but I'm going to craft as much gold as we possibly can. We're going to see how many gold blocks we get from this whole process. So let's give that a go, and I'll be right back. Okay, so it took me a good half an hour of converting all of the golden nuggets into gold blocks, but at the end of all this, we've emptied out all of these chests. We've converted everything into gold blocks into these shulkers. This is what we got. So we have an entire shulker of gold blocks, and then almost a second entire shulker of gold blocks. Plus we have all of these gold ingots here. So if I was to convert all of these into gold blocks, that would give us over 2 entire shulkers of gold blocks. So that's pretty impressive. I also do have a couple stragglers here as well. And the reason I didn't convert all of these into blocks is because I want to do some piglen trading. So not only is this a gold farm, this monstrosity above us and below us, but it's also a piglen trading center. So that's what makes this such a really cool complex, such a really great facility. It's got a dual purpose gold farm and piglen trading farm. So as I was saying, we were moving from the top down, so we're going to keep moving down the farm for our tour. The entire piglen trading section of the farm is triggered from this floor right here. So the piglins are actually right below us. You can kind of hear them, you can't see them. But anything that I place in this chest is going to get sent to the piglins. And we're just going to take out all of these gold ingots, all of these ones as well. And we're just going to throw them into the double chest here. Okay, now if I go down this scaffolding elevator kind of thing here, this takes us to the next level below. And this is where the piglins are. So you can see them right here. We've got 3 in captivity in each one of these cages. And the gold is going to get processed and sent down to them from that chest. Now the reason this isn't activated yet is because there's actually a button that I need to press. So I wanted to show off this button next. If the system ever breaks down, gets overloaded, or if the redstone just randomly shuts off, I needed a system priming button. So if I press this, now we can go down. Yeah, we can see the gold getting deposited to the piglins now. So all I had to do was push that button to activate the system, and now we're just going to get an entire double chest full of gold ingots being processed, sent down to these guys. So it's a really great system. You can see their drops in the background. I saw some crying obsidian, there's some normal obsidian. So all 3 of these guys have hoppers underneath them. And then if I keep going down the farm, down here is our lowest level. This is the main floor. And this is the area where we receive all of the piglen trades. So the piglins are up above us. But yeah, behind all of this, so if I just pop into the maintenance area back here for a sec, you can see I've got a huge item sorting system happening and a huge line of hoppers. And basically all of the piglen trades are getting collected in those hoppers up there and then dispersed into this hopper line, which is then sorting everything into the piglen trades that we get. So like these are one batch of trades, and then that line carries them over this way to another batch of trades, and then to the final batch of trades are over here. And I also have this cactus, so if the system starts to overload too much and we're getting more items than we need and the sorting system can't hold it all, the excess gets sent into this cactus and destroyed. So it's never going to back up and get backlogged and break. And this is where all of our drops are getting collected. So the storage, the sorting silos are all in the back, what I just showed you. And then this is the front end. So yeah, all the strings getting deposited in here, all the gold nuggets, iron nuggets in there. Leather, we got gravel, we have ender pearls, we have rotten flesh, which is not a byproduct of the piglen trading, but it's coming straight down from the zombie pigmen that are dying in the gold farm. Over here we've got nether bricks, which is great. We've got soul sand. We have spectral arrows, which I'm now using this farm. This is how I'm getting all my spectral arrows from my new mending bow and spectral arrow combo. We got blackstone as well. Here's some filtering in from the piglen trades right now. Fire charges. Then I also routed off 1 line of gold from the piglen traders. So 3/4 of it gets sent to the piglen traders, but then 1/4 of it gets siphoned off and gets deposited down here for your own access for later. We got quartz, which is great. We're going to be using a lot of quartz for comparators and daylight sensors, and also quartz blocks and things like that. We got crying obsidian and obsidian. Unfortunately, these 2 are pretty rare, and I had to take a bunch out of the system already, but I'm hoping with all the gold that I just put in there, we're going to get a bunch of this back, because I do want to get a whole bunch of both of these, crying obsidian and obsidian. Then over here we've got enchanted books and boots and water bottles and also fire potions. I also have this additional, I don't know if you can see it, but behind here there's a potion brewing stand sorter. So it's sorting all of the fire potions individually. Occasionally the excess fire potions will land in this silo with all the boots and books and stuff. But yeah, so that's the whole gold farm system. And we decorated it. We had a lot of fun using quartz and gold and just some like nether themed kind of blocks. We'll collect all of our shulker boxes up, and that's it for the gold tour. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head down to the main floor, and I'm just going to wait for all of the piglen trades to sift through, because they're still trading right now. They're still trading for gold right now. So we're just going to wait down here. We're going to AFK down here for a bit, and we're going to see all of the piglen trades that we're able to get. I want to see how much crying obsidian and obsidian I can get out of this. We only managed to get this much crying obsidian and this much obsidian, so not very much at all actually. So I'm going to be throwing a whole bunch of more gold in the system. I've still got these 2 shulkers full of gold blocks. So I think I'm going to take this entire shulker of gold blocks. I'm going to bring this to the storage silo for the mega base for our future mega base that we're going to be building, so I'll keep that safe in my inventory. But this, I'm going to convert all of this back into ingots. I think I'll do that off camera. I'm going to put all of these gold blocks, convert them back into ingots, and we'll put them in the system and we'll see what we can get. But I'll do that a little bit later, so maybe I'll show that at the end of the episode. Oh, and I forgot to mention before that the gold farm was built exclusively by Scooch and myself. So yeah, we put a lot of hard work into that, and I really appreciate all of Scooch's help with that one. We're going to be touring a really interesting mining facility coming up very soon, but first I want to do a brief recap of some of the highlights and shenanigans that we got up to in ArcCraft in the last several weeks. So enjoy! In our eternal game of tag, I chased Scooch and Hoylebay through the skies, attempting to tag them. Ah, so close, but I missed her. Then I realized Mario was up on his tower building, so I tried to tag him. Missed the first time, but I don't think he realized what I was doing, so I was able to sneak around the back and lay down the tag. Beautiful. He seems most displeased. Excellent. I discovered that a freakishly unnatural amount of pillagers spawned at the outpost, so I did the only thing you could do in a situation like this, and I decided to bomb them all to hell. Then I picked the stragglers off with a bow. I knew cats scared creepers, but I had no idea they scared phantoms too, so this is a happy byproduct of owning a couple cats in my bedroom, and that pretty much seals the deal on the hostile mob prevention infrastructure that I have in place around my base. Thanks, Catwoman. Thanks, Francois. So many people on right now, it's a party. We got Dr. Satch, Hoylebay, myself. We got Mario, we got Scooch Closer, we got the real Schnurb. Nice. Mario and I had a dance-off with a couple of drowned zombies. Then Schnurb, Scooch, and I did some breakdancing. I sat back and did nothing to help while Scooch fended off a slime. And of course, Schnurb got himself caught in one of my item transporting systems, so that was annoying to deal with. Okay, so here I am on the Deerite Road next to the Clue House, and next up we're going to be checking out a brand new mining operation that's been put together largely by myself and Schnurb with some help from Scooch and Robbie as well. So we're going to head down here. This is the entrance to the mine. Schnurb's Smart Mine, hazardous zone. It's definitely dangerous down there. There's mobs and lava and whatnot that can creep up on you, so we got to be careful of that. We'll take the down elevator. Beautiful. And I also put a portal here, a nether portal, so we have nether infrastructure going to the nether hub to get down here as well. But yeah, basically this is kind of underneath Schnurb's castle. His castle's a little bit over that way, but he dug underneath his castle to start a mine, and then he started moving over this way. So he created this mine to begin with, but then I was teaching him how to use beacons. So this is the mine and the storage. Let's start over here. So I was teaching him how to use beacons. So we set up this beacon together, and we put haste mining on it, and then he just mined out this whole area, got a bunch of resources. And then he kind of wanted to make an even bigger, deeper mine. And I came up with the idea of, hey, why don't we put a whole bunch of beacons together in kind of like a grid pattern. So if we go through these doors, I'm not going to go yet, but if we go through these doors, there's actually 4 beacons set up out there, interspersed like several blocks away from each other, and they all have haste mining on them. So we could just mine out a huge freaking area, like ridiculously huge. Robbie built this smelter over here. It can smelt, the top part will smelt cobblestone into stone, and then the bottom section smelts stone into smooth stone. So it's a pretty cool system. So if we come over here, this is a smart storage system, and it's separating, it's auto sorting all of the different materials that you might find while you're mining. So you got dirt, gravel, cobblestone, stone, andesite, granite, diorite, obsidian, coal ore, and coal mineral. This is really cool. So we have iron and gold, but instead of the ores, I actually have a smelter system set up behind these guys. So as the ores pour into the sorting system, they go down into the smelters, and then they're converted right into ingots right here. So we don't ever have to deal with the ores themselves. They just go through the smelting system and turn into ingots. Then we have redstone ore, redstone mineral, lapis ore, lapis mineral, and then diamonds and assorted, because you can sometimes fight mobs, or we actually encountered like a mine here, like an old mine shaft. So you get like pieces of wood and rails and just all kinds of random stuff. So anything random that you collect while you're mining, that'll all appear in this chest, and then diamonds will appear in there as well. Now the reason I've got ores and minerals is because you might be using a fortune pickaxe, in which case you're going to get these, or you might be using a silk touch pickaxe, in which case you're going to get these guys. So you have the option, you can mine both, and they'll both appear in the sorting system. This is kind of the back area for the sorting system, so you can see I've got all the item filters and all of the auto sorters set up over there. We're going to go upstairs afterwards, so don't worry about that just yet. Then we have a rail system that collects all of the things that we're mining from a silo over there and carries them up into the storage system. So I'll show all that as well. We'll close the maintenance room for now. And if we head down this way, so this is the central beacon. So we had one beacon down that way, and it's kind of like in an X shape or a T shape. So this is the center of the cross right here, and then we have one going out that way, one going out that way, one going out that way, and one going out that way. So we've got 5 beacons in total. They're all connected up, and I came up with a ridiculous idea of lining the entire ceilings here with hoppers running from each beacon into the central beacon. So if we go out that way, we get to another haste beacon down that way, and then we have a hopper line that's running all the way over to this central beacon and also this storage silo here. So in here, we've got a stack of chests and everything that's running from those hoppers. And we have another hopper line coming from that beacon. And we have another hopper line coming from that beacon over there. Here's a bit of footage from a couple weeks ago when this place was still under construction. Here I am handing beacons and iron ingots to Schnurb and Scooch, and they're each going to take a line. So Scooch is going down that way. Schnurb took the right. I'm taking the center line here. Let me pull out these rockets, and we're going to fly over to the beacon. Here we go. So yeah, at the end of each one of these diorite lines with the hopper lines above, we have a beacon infrastructure in place, the pyramids. Now we're just going to finish it off. We're going to place the beacon on top. We're going to do a haste 2 power up, powered up with the iron ingot. Select done. We're complete. We got haste 2. Beautiful. Schnurb and Scooch powered up their respective beacons as well, and then we proceeded to do some mining up in this bitch. And I fucked this guy up too. Get out of here. And the way this works, I'll just showcase this quickly. So if I come into this area, let's go down towards the beacon. Yeah, so I'm hanging out over here, I'm mining, we've got the haste 2 beacon, haste 2 mining beacon effect. And as we're mining, we just collect anything and everything. It doesn't matter, we're not picky about what we're collecting. We can literally just collect everything that we want. So nice, some diamonds, perfect. It doesn't matter what I get. I can get stone, diorite, andesite, granite, dirt, I don't care. Let's sub out the shovel. Yeah, it really doesn't matter to me. I'm collecting anything and everything. And the reason that I'm doing that is because this is not just a mineral mine, but also just a resource mine in general. Like, all of these resources are valuable in one way or another. Stone and cobblestone are really good for building redstone components, so I want a lot of those materials as well. So I'm not just here to collect diamonds and redstone and lapis. I'm here to collect all of this stuff. Collect all this crap. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad, or if I need it or I don't need it. I'm just going to get it all. Let's head back over to the beacon. And if I drop anything into this chest, all this stuff here, doesn't matter what it is. Or anywhere along this hopper line, I can also put materials. So I can put stuff in that hopper, I can put stuff in this hopper, I can put stuff down in this hopper, down in this hopper. It doesn't matter. Anywhere you're mining around here, you can just come and deposit all of your mined goods into this hopper line. And the same for the other 2 beacon setups that we have down that way and down on the other side. All of the hopper lines, like I said before, they're all going to this central storage silo. So yeah, all the items from that hopper line are going straight into this silo, and any of these other hopper lines will be the same. And we've got lots of extra storage here for all the stone variants, which is really cool. Schnerb's been doing a lot of hard work getting all this storage in place. Then once the items start to filter into the silo, they go underground here. And over here we've got a system where a minecart collects all of the items that are sifting through. So if you look into this minecart, all the things that we just mined are starting to sift down into this cart. So here comes the minecart for the next batch, and you can see these are all the spoils that Schnerb and Scooch and I collected from our mining spree the other day when we activated the beacons. And it passes really quickly from the hoppers into the hopper minecart, and once that's full, it's going to get sent back to the storage facility, back to the sorting system. Here it goes right now. I've got it all timed on a redstone clock, and as you can see, we've mined quite a bit of stuff, and as I said before, it doesn't matter what we mine, we can get anything we want here. We'll just let the auto sorting system process everything for us. I'm so freaking proud of this system, and I've got an idea for an even bigger one in the future. Alright, so here comes the hopper minecart for another load of stone, and you can see it's filling up pretty quickly from these hoppers and the silo above. And once that gets filled up, it's all timed on a redstone clock, which you can see happening back here. So once this gets to the end, it's about the same amount of time it takes for this to fill up, maybe a little bit longer, but then there we go, it gets sent off, which is perfect. So we have a full hopper minecart full of stone, and I'll head back over this way, and we're going to see it going up the ramp here, and this is where it all gets offloaded into the sorting system, into the big sorting storage facility. So you can see here the stone is already starting to filter down into the sorting system as we speak, and once this hopper is empty, the minecart hopper will then get sent back down to the ramp over to the silo to pick up more materials to bring to the storage sorting facility. Alright, and we're coming up to the end of the load for this minecart hopper, so it should be emptying and getting sent back to storage right now. Perfect, it's on its way to go pick up another load of stone. And I want to show off one more feature of the sorting system here. So you can see the stone is pouring into the stone silo as expected, but underneath the stone silo we have another chest, and it says 2 stone smelter, push button to prime systems. That's this button right here. So what we need to do is we're going to grab a bunch of this stone, put it in our inventory, transfer it into this chest here, and as you can see right here, it's already starting to siphon down into the system underneath. There's a hopper minecart underneath, and once that fills up with stone, so that's 5 stacks full of stone, so once we get 5 stacks out into the hopper minecart down below, it's then going to get sent over to the smelting system, which I have on the wall right here. So there's 16 furnaces here, and basically you can pour as much stone as you want into this chest, and the minecart underneath will keep going back and forth, collecting more stone and then bringing more to the furnaces, collecting more stone and then bringing more to the furnaces. So we've got a really great system of just instantly converting all of the stone into smooth stone. And I'm going to show you how that works in 1 second, but we do need to wait for the hopper minecart down below to get filled up. Alright, and we're coming up to the end of the 5th and final stack of stone that we need to fill the hopper minecart down below. So once this counts down to 0, that's going to trigger the hopper minecart to get sent over to the smelting system. So we should see these smelters light up momentarily. Just stand by for a sec. And there they go, beautiful. So all furnaces light up. They're all smelting stone into smooth stone as we speak. You can see right here. And that's all coming directly from the process of the stone being deposited into the stone smelter box and then pushed over into these furnaces to be smelted into smooth stone and then dropped in our smooth stone deposit. So I'm really happy, I'm really proud of this system. It's all hands-free. You don't actually have to ever fuel the furnaces, and we're going to be talking about that momentarily. And we're just about at the end of the process here of all those original 5 stacks of stone that we placed into the smelting system. So the last stack is coming in right now. It's about to fill up. The stone is still filtering down into the hopper below. And because the minecart hopper picks things up really quickly, now it's going to take its next load over much faster than the first time because there was already a hopper equipped with several stacks of stone. So then the process is just going to continue, and we should be able to see some more stone filtering in. There it is already. Beautiful. Also, anytime you have extra items in your inventory, you can just toss them in here, and this also goes into the storage, so that should appear in the diamond chests momentarily. There we go. Alright, and the last thing I want to show off on this tour is the control room. So we're going to head to the right, we're going to pop up the elevator right into the control room, and there's a lot of really neat features in here, so I'm going to go over everything. We'll start in this corner. This is a little locker system that we've got for the 4 creators, the 4 founders of this mine. So we got myself, Schnurb, Robbie, and Scooch. We all had a hand in creating the mine, so we all get a locker in the control room, which is pretty sweet. Then we have a catwalk, which kind of lets us overlook the sorting system, which is down below. That's the beacon room with the big sorting storage silo. Oh, there's a witch over there. Wonder if I can hit him from here. A little too high. Nice. Probably can't get him now. Oh, what a shot. Sweet. Okay. And then, yeah, we can also look over this beauty, which is a bamboo farm. So the catwalk just goes around the back, and we can get a view of the bamboo farm. And the reason for this bamboo farm is actually to power the furnaces that I was showing off a little bit earlier. So not only does it power the stone smelter, which is creating our smooth stone, and there's our rail system right there that brings all the stone to the smooth stone smelter, but it also has a line coming off this way, which is providing bamboo to our iron and our gold smelters for the storage silo as well. So yeah, we've got plenty of bamboo coming through this system, and it's all being picked up by these hopper mine carts that are running back and forth underneath the farm. So it's a pretty great system. I'm actually going to show that off right now. We have a couple ways that we can fire this baby up. We can use the auto harvest, which is currently off right now. If I flip this on, that would turn the auto harvest on. But even once you turn the auto harvest on, you still need to trigger it manually one time before the auto harvest takes over, and then will continue to auto harvest on its own. So we're gonna have to do a manual harvest right now by pushing this button, and then we can watch all the bamboo get harvested by the flying machine. Those are slime blocks there, the purple beam that you're seeing. Basically, I'm just using a texture pack that is allowing me to have purple slimes instead of green slimes, so that's the only difference. And the slime enemies also appear as purple too, so it's kind of a cool texture pack. So we're getting a lot of bamboo, and you're seeing not a lot of it's getting picked up right now, and that's actually because the system's already backlogged and entirely filled with bamboo. And when that's happening, we don't want this system to keep firing and keep harvesting bamboo, because then we're going to end up with a lot of bamboo just lying around lagging the server. So we actually keep the auto harvest off most of the time so that we're not lagging the server with unnecessary bamboo. The only time we turn the auto harvest on is if all of these hoppers are empty. Let's say we've been using furnaces for a long time. So we could turn the auto harvest on and just let all these hoppers fill up automatically. And if we go down here, we can also see the lines of hoppers completely filled with bamboo, taking all the bamboo to all of our smelting systems. So it's a really cool, really great system. And I want to show off one more other cool thing about it. So if I take some bamboo out of the system, and then I pop up into our office, into our control room again, this chest right here, bamboo only. So let's say you're walking around and you accidentally pick up some bamboo while you're doing a tour of the farm or whatever. You don't necessarily want that bamboo in your inventory. So you can come up here and you can toss it into the system, and then it's immediately going to start getting siphoned down, and it goes down through this hopper line right here back into the smelting systems. This chest here is really cool. This is the smart mine storage, and everything that you put in here will get automatically sent to our giant sorting system down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss half a stack of fish in here, and we're going to go down to the storage facility, and any second now we're going to start to see the fish filtering in. There it comes. Perfect. And I think that wraps it up on the tour of the smart mine that we have down here. So yeah, it's a really effective system. We can go back there, we can mine all of our goods from the beacon mines, and then we can pour it into the silo, which then gets transferred over here into the storage facility. We get all the different materials. We get smelted gold and iron. We get smelted smooth stone automatically, which is currently still smelting right now as we speak. We have an automatic bamboo farm powering the whole thing. We've got lots of beacon infrastructure, lots of storage. We're all pretty proud of this place, and we're going to be putting it to good use. And I have an idea for an even more massive 27 beacon setup in the future that's going to be providing me with all of my materials for my mega base storage system, so I'm really stoked about that. So here we are in the Nether again, and I'd briefly like to show off one more facility that we've been working on. And this tunnel is the original tunnel that we built, that we dug out going all the way down to the netherite mine. So it's 700 blocks. Schnurb came up with this really beautiful pattern. We realigned the floor to incorporate a rail in the design as well, so now we can travel by ice, soul sand, or rail. And then we've got crying obsidian and all kinds of nice chiseled stone blocks, chiseled black stone blocks. This hallway's looking sick, so thank you, Schnurb, for your contributions here. I helped a little bit, but it was mostly him. And as we reach the end of the tunnel, we're gonna get back to the netherite mine. Schnurb has been working very hard to make this place look really nice, and with the help of Scooch and myself, the three of us have made a whole bunch of really great features to aid in the process of mining netherite down here. And so we're gonna pop in here first. This is a lot of this stuff that you're gonna see is all Schnurb's work. So he put a little gold armory together, which is very cool. Anytime you need some extra gold armor, you can come and get that so that you can stay safe from the piglins. We still have access to the mines through that staircase and this staircase over here, so we can still mine all the netherite we want, which is amazing. We got a lot of netherite left to mine. This is just like a general food storage area. This is a really cool room, this emerald room. This is the netherite storage armor room. So if we pop in here, we got suits of netherite armor. So like if you die in the mines and you lose your armor and you need to go on a rescue mission to go get your armor back, you can just pop down here, put on some fresh netherite armor, be suited up right away, go recover your lost items, and then when you're done, you can come and drop it off here afterwards. So it's pretty cool. All right, moving along. Oh, you missed a block of emerald there, Schnurb. It's pretty unprofessional. Okay, moving along. Over here, we've got a potion brewing area. We've got all the different ingredients to brew up any potion that you can conceive up in these chests up here. We're still trying to fill this up, so we're going to get a bunch more ingredients. And then we've got plenty of brewing stands, and they're even set up with hoppers so you can automate the process. It's not fully automated, but it's a pretty decent semi-auto system. Nice, Schnurb's in there, having a bath. So this is my addition right here, and you guys saw the gold farm and the piglin trading area that we toured earlier in the episode. Well, I took the passion that I put into that and I decided to give one to Schnurb as well. So this is now his piglin trading center. Alright, so I actually brought over a stack of gold blocks from my gold farm. I'm going to hand it over to Schnurb, and then he's going to do the honors of placing it all in the Piglin Trading Center. So just toss all of this over. There you go, have some more gold, Schnurb. Do the honors, head on up the ladder. So if you can look right here, if you see right here, the gold deposit entrance. So you climb up the ladder and there's a chest where you put the gold into. So Schnur's gonna do that now, if you can figure out how to climb a ladder. And then he's gonna go over to the chest, place all the golden ingots into the chest, and then we're going to be able to start trading with the piglins right away. It's all set up to trade with the piglins. There's a hopper line under the piglins, which is going to carry all their items over to these chests over here where we have everything filtering separately, just like I did in my gold farm and my piglin trading center that you guys saw earlier. It's a very similar system, but it's just built a little bit differently. And now all we have to do is hit the system primer, and we're going to start seeing gold raining down to these piglins. There she goes, just like that. And we can move on to the armory. So this is just like an all-purpose armory where we've got lots of weapons and armors and tools and all that stuff. Schnurby even gave us each our netherite lockers, which is pretty nice, and I think he might have even left me a gift. Oh wow, that's amazing. 2 netherite ingots, 2 ancient debris. Thanks, bud. Okay, sweet. And a couple other things. This is just a little tree farm for the warped fungus and the crimson fungus. This is the original staircase that Mario, Scooch, and I came to dig out netherite for the very first time in episode 12. So it's pretty cool that this is that original staircase, and Schnurb redecorated it with all the polished black stone and everything. Very cool. And then he even started building this epic bridge and a really cool wall for a fortress or a castle. So it's just the beginning. There's nothing on the inside yet, so there's no point in showing off the inside, but it's going to be epic when it's completed. We've got this really cool bridge design. I'm loving the bridge design. And we have this incredible wall. So this is a great start to the nether fortress that Schnurb has been building. So keep up the good work here, Schnurb. Nice stuff, man. All right, so yeah, the very last thing I wanted to show off was this tree that this is a custom tree that we built, a warped fungus tree. And if I climb up this vine, so we're down at bedrock right now, but if I climb up this vine, we're gonna just keep climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing all the way up to the nether ceiling, so the bedrock at the very top of the nether. There we go. And that keeps going up a little bit. You can see our beacons as well from our shopping center down there. That's all coming up through the roof. But yeah, so now I think, what direction do I have to go? I've got to go west, due west. So if I head due west from here, now we're at our main nether hub. And if I keep going this way, this takes us all the way back to the gold farm. So pretty amazing that everything's getting connected up on the roof of the nether as well. You have that epic tunnel underground that takes you all the way over to the netherite mine. But then you can also travel up on the roof anywhere you want, which is really cool. And the reason I came back over to the gold farm is because we have this shulker box full of gold blocks. And I'm going to start trading this to the piglins right now, because I want to see how much obsidian, crying obsidian, blackstone, and quartz we can get, among other things. But those are my 4 main things that I'm trying to get. So we're going to see how much of that we can get by trading this entire shulker box of gold blocks. So I'll get started on this. Let me just craft these up into ingots. Get some more ingots going here. There we go. Alright, so yeah, I'll get started on this process. I'm going to throw all of these golden blocks into ingots, into this chest to trade with the piglins, and I'll catch you guys on the other side. We're going to do a tally of how many materials we can get. Alright, so that entire shulker box of gold blocks has been traded with the piglins, and we've got a ridiculous amount of materials. What I'm really happy about is that we have at least a shulker of crying obsidian and at least a shulker's worth of obsidian as well. Gravel's filled to the brim, nether bricks are filled to the brim, soul sand is filled to the brim, blackstone's filled to the brim. Quartz, we have over a double chest worth. We go into this one, there's even more back there. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. We're going to be using blackstone, quartz, and both obsidian variants for the nether hub out there. So that's all going to be really good that we have all these materials ready to go. Well guys, that's going to do it for me today. We covered a lot of technical stuff in this episode, from the gold farm to the semi-automatic smart mine. Plus we did a lot with beacons and piglin trading mechanics. There's a lot of info to cover, so if you stuck it out to the end, I commend you. I'll try to keep the next episode a little shorter, but no promises. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please drop a like. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see what we get up to next here on the ArcCraft SMP server. See you guys in episode 14, where we will begin construction of our new nether hub. Kilson out. Peace.